So some 3D shapes today that we're going to do. Let's start with the easiest one. Let's do a square. So with my pen, I'm going to draw a square. It doesn't have to be perfect. So just like that, okay? Now what I'm going to do, I want you to practice drawing another square somewhere else that's just a little bit smaller. So look at this one here. It's a little bit bigger. This is big. And let's have one that's small. Okay? Wait a minute. I'm going to change this pen. There we go. Okay, so now what I want you to do is I'm going to use a different color for this. Let's just take a look at this in white. We see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. These are our corners. And corners are very important if you want to draw 3D. And over here we also have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to be drawing lines from corner to corner. So if we call this corner number 1, corner 2, corner 3, and corner 4, so I'm starting at the top, I'm going right, and then I'll go down here to the left, just like reading. And here we'll have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what I want to do first is I'm going to draw a line from corner 1 to corner 1. Okay, it might look messy at first, but that's fine. Now I'm going to go from corner 2 to corner 2, and here I'm going to go corner 3 to corner 3, and I'm going to go corner 4 to corner 4. That's all I'm going to do. Now all this stuff in here is really messy, so I'm going to show you how to fix that later. But you're going to need paper, a pencil, and definitely you're going to want to use an eraser, and you're going to want to try to write lightly. Like I've taught you this many times. Take a look at this. This is a really dark, thick line of pencil, and when you try to erase something like that, it's going to take you forever. Look, I can still see it. All right. So what you want to try to do is draw really lightly. So take a look. I'm going to draw nice and light. See that? That's really light there. That's even better. And those will be really easy to erase later. Okay, let's get started on one way to draw a 3D square. And when it's 3D, we don't call it a square, we call it a cube. Okay, a cube. In 2D, it's a square, but in 3D, it's called a cube. So because we're just practicing, I want to start nice and big. Okay, so there is my square, like that. And just over here, I'm just going to do a smaller one. Don't worry if your lines are not perfect. Now again, remember we have corner 1, corner 2, corner 3, and corner 4. And the same on the small one, corner 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to show you a really easy way to do it. You draw one square, just like this. And now I'm going to draw another square, kind of going over it, overlapping. So now I have two squares, and if you look in here, that's kind of like a square shape too. So now this is really easy because all I'm going to do is go from corner 1 to corner 2. Corner 1 to corner 1, corner 2 to corner 2, corner 3 to corner 3, and corner 4 to corner 4. Just like that, drawing straight lines. And remember, don't bend the line. Try to keep your line straight. Start at the corner, go to the corner. Start at a corner, go to the corner. Start at a corner, go to the corner. Start at a corner and go to the corner. And so now you have a cube that you can see inside. All right. Now, if I want this to be, let's say, an ice cube, like from the fridge, I can draw a little water underneath it. I can do a few lines like this. and it will start to look a little bit like glass or even like ice, okay? But what if I want it to be solid? That means you cannot see inside. Well, then I get my eraser and I'm just going to erase these lines here and you'll have a solid shape. I'll show you that again. So I'm going to erase that. I'm going to do this one more time like that. Here we go. So first we start with our square. Okay. Inside our square, another square overlapping. It doesn't need to be perfect. Okay. And now I'm going to do 1 to 1, corner 2 to corner 2, corner 3 to corner 3, corner 4 to corner 4, just like that. It's not perfect, but it looks pretty good. Now I'm going to change color really quickly to show you that if we want to make a cube, like a dice or a box, something that you cannot see inside, there's some erasing that we're going to need to do. We're going to have to erase this line, this line, this line, this part, and this part. So let me show you how to do that. Okay, so I'm going to put my eraser on and I'm going to erase this line here. Be careful, don't erase your corner line. You want to keep that. Go up here to the top and stop. Go down here. Erase that and erase that. Now I have a cube shape that you cannot see inside, okay? So that's solid colors. And later you could even use different colors to make it a little bit more interesting. So there you go. You have like a dice. You could even draw numbers on that. Or this could be like a house, right? So now you have a 3D house. So that's how you do a cube. Really quickly, I'm going to do it so fast. Square, square, or rectangle, corner, 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 corner. And you can choose if you want to erase this stuff or leave it, okay? All right, so the next shape we're going to do is I want to show you a triangle. And a 3D triangle is called a pyramid, just like we learned when we were learning about Egypt. So there's a few different ways to do this, okay? So there's different kinds of pyramids. So one kind of pyramid, you have a triangle, and just doing what I showed you, I can draw another triangle like that and do the same thing. So I'm going to go corner 1 to corner 1 straight, corner 2 to corner 2 straight, corner 3 to corner 3 straight, just like this. So I can see inside it. So like we did before with the cube, I get my eraser, I erase this line, and I erase these two little lines. Now we have a solid triangle, almost like the top of a house. So if you took the same thing you learned with the cube, you could easily make yourself a 3D house, just like that. And that would look really good. Okay, so that's one kind of pyramid shape that you can do. Another kind, so we did this one, like that. Now another kind of pyramid shape you can do is like the pyramids of Egypt. You draw a triangle. This is a little harder. Up here you do a line, and then you do a line going that way. And so this will give you like a pyramid that you see in Egypt, right? Let's do another one. Triangle. This one goes out a little bit, and just like that. Okay? And then you could even draw the ground in the background, the sun, some sand, something like that. So those are two different kinds of pyramids. Number 2 is a little bit harder to do because you have these 3 lines, which is easy for everyone, but then you have this other one that kind of goes out that way. It's kind of going up that way, and you can do it like that. It can also be like that, or it really doesn't matter what way this line's going. So if you do it like that, it looks like you're more up in the sky looking down. So the more you move this line from like here to here or to up here, it will change where you're watching the pyramid. Okay, so that's pretty cool to know too. All right, so let's take the 2 shapes that we learned and let's draw a 3D house. Here's an easy way to do it. Draw your triangle. Draw your other triangle. And then stop and look at it. So right now we have triangle 1, triangle 2. Triangle 1 is in the front. Triangle 2 is in the back of the house. Okay, so with triangle 1, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw a square. Just like that. There's my house. Now we're going to work on triangle 2. Remember, triangle 2 is a little bit smaller than triangle 1. That means that our square needs to be a little bit smaller too. Okay? And now we just put the corners together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now I'm going to make a little line in the back because this is going to help us later to draw the ground. So I'm going to draw a line going from here, and it's just going to go all the way across my paper like that. Okay, now let's get our eraser and make it look real. So let's think about the lines that we don't want to see, because we are not, this is not a glass window house. If you want it to be, that's great, but I want to make it just like a normal house. So I'm going to take my eraser, I'm going to make my eraser a little smaller, and I'm going to just start erasing these lines. Be careful, don't lose your triangle line. This won't be perfect, but it'll be fine. Then go up here on the side of the roof and erase this stuff. That's why drawing lightly with a pencil is really important, because later you really don't want to see these lines. So what I like to do when I start a drawing is I draw really light at first. I erase what I need to erase, and then I can color my other stuff darker later. Like I can come in and fix some of these lines just to make it a little nicer. Okay, so now we have our house, all right? So what do we need on a house? Well, we need a door, and that's just a rectangle. There's a little doorknob. I can even put a window here. Let's put a window up here on the side, and let's even put a little window up here, all right? Now we're gonna do something called shingles, all right? So shingles, first I'm gonna use a different color for my roof. I wanna use like a brown. I want my house to be made of wood. So I'm gonna color that in. You can color that in on your own. And I might even color this part in too, okay? Now I might use different colors for the house. Let's have a little bit of a blue house. Maybe they painted it blue. And let's do over here blue as well. So that's pretty cool. And I can color these parts in later if I want to. Okay, back to doing shingles on a wooden house. So all I'm gonna do is I'm following this triangle line. That's all I'm doing. See that? And now I just want to follow the top lines. So I'm really just drawing squares or a checkerboard pattern. And there's the shingles of my house, all right? Now some houses also have shingles at the front, and they're easy. You just kind of do this shape, use. You're just doing like a small or a big U, almost like when you draw a fish. The fish scales also have this shape. Okay, and you can just kind of go faster. I'm just going fast because I want to show you everything, but that's starting to look really cool. Okay, now there's one really hard part here. Let's say I want to do a window on this side, okay? This is really tricky, and this is one of the hardest things to do. Now, because this is 3D, if I want to do a window, I have to follow this line, this line, this line, and this line, okay? Watch what happens if I just draw a straight, Watch what happens if I just draw a straight window. It looks really strange, and it doesn't look like it's on the house. So, why? Because this line doesn't follow that, and this line doesn't follow that. These two are okay. So let's do this really the easy, slow way. One, draw a line, okay? Now look at this bottom line, follow it. Now look at this line, follow it. And now look at this top line, follow it. Okay, now it looks more real. And if you want to do this shape on the window, same thing. Follow the top and bottom of the house, and now follow this line, and your window is going to look a lot better. Okay? Now when you do that, there's lots of other things that you can do. You can draw trees. Sometimes I like to draw mountains in the back because we live in Taiwan. There's a lot of mountains. And I can use a different color to color those in. So I'm just going to use a light green. Whoopsie. Well, there's one. And there you go. That's a little bit about 3D drawing of a cube and 3D drawing of a pyramid and how you can make a house. Now you can watch this video again and slow it down and try it on your own. It takes a lot of practice, so don't get angry. It takes a while to learn this kind of drawing. Really takes time. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see your artwork soon.